Hey peeps, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having a great day, evening, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for joining me back at my channel. I am Mama Make You Up. Today we are going to be doing this funky eye look with the amazing Morphe 35B and 35U palettes. So if this is something that you think that you would love to try on you, your sister, your dog, then keep watching. Let's have some fun. So I thought I'd take you through my face process before we get to my eyes. In addition to primer, I'm actually going to use the Badescu skincare. It's a facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. I heard about this from another YouTuber, and it turns out that it's actually available at Urban Outfitters. So I ordered it online, and it was 10 bucks. I'm going to go in with my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. For foundation today, I'm going to go in with my Hydrate and Smooth 110 Porcelain. I haven't used this foundation since I did my first impressions on the L'Oreal Pro Glow, which is now, I would say, my new favorite, so I decided to revisit my past love. In with two different types of concealer, my Tarte Shape Tape in Fair Neutral as always. However, like I've said before, it is definitely too light and a little bit yellow for my skin. This is a more pinky undertone. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. And mix the two a little bit. I find with concealers it's often hard to find one exactly the color that you need, especially since our skin colors change throughout the year depending on if it's summer or not. Even wearing a lot of sunscreen, generally your skin still has to change a color to a certain amount in the summer. So I actually don't try to find one color that's perfect for me at any one season. I prefer maybe to have several shades, or at least just mix different shades that I have on hand to create what I need. The Tarte Shape Tape, I couldn't just pick from online because of course you can't see them in person. So I decided to order a really light one. I ended up ordering two light ones that I thought were going to be a bit different. And they weren't, so I sold the other one that I never used, and now I have one on the way that is probably 5 shades down the line from this Fair Neutral, and Fair Neutral is the second to lightest the entire batch. I'm not that pale, but again, you just don't know when you're ordering from online. So this is my RCMA translucent setting powder. With a look like this, if you're scared of having a lot of fallout, because we are going to be using a lot of bright colors, you could always do your eyes first and then your foundation later. I'm just trying to get through as much filming as I can during nap time, just in case I have to take some breaks to look after my lovely babes. So I figured I'd get my face done for sure. So that's the RCMA powder. I've put that everywhere I put concealer. Next I'm going to go in with an all-over powder. This is something that I bought after getting a bit of a makeover at MAC. It's called the Studio Fix Perfecting Powder. It comes in a little container. If you ever use translucent powder by Makeup Forever, that's the container that it comes in. So I would just put a powder brush in. The girl, of course, doing my makeover convinced me that I needed this product in my life. However, my previous brush for powders, I didn't really like the way that this MAC product went onto my face, so I was kind of keeping it stashed away for when I got this Morphe brush, which is my E41. This is my big powder brush that I got just a few weeks ago. I'm still not sold on this product. As an all-over powder, I'd probably go with the Stay Matte Rimmel, which is 7 bucks compared to 40. Probably just keep playing with this product at some point and see if I can make it work. I'm going to go in with bronzer, and today I'm going to use my Butter Bronzer in their regular bronzer shade. The weather outside is chilly, but the trees are in that place where all the branches, every single inch of them is covered in snow, just perfectly, and it's just this beautiful white color. So everything is so white. It's really, really pretty. go ahead and do my blush now, since I know that because we have such a crazy eye look going on, I am not going to want to do anything crazy for a blush. Go in with my Morphe palette, bottom corner one, and then diagonal to it up here. So now that we have that done, I'm going to go in and do my brows. I'm going to go in with my Dip Brow by Anastasia Beverly in the color Taupe. My duo-sided brush from Anastasia as well. So brows are done. I desperately need to get my brows threaded, so the hairs are kind of falling way outside my coloring lines. The next thing I'm going to do, go in with this really fun Colourpop highlighter. I almost forgot my highlighter. So this is called the Super Shock Cheek in the color Monster. So this is a really kind of iridescent highlight, and it has a purpley pink tinge to it depending on what lighting you have. Now for the eyes. My brush is still pink from when I used it last week. The real star of the show is going to be my 35B palette by Morphe. I am so excited that I got my hands on this beauty of a palette. This is their true rainbow palette. The other sidekick to this palette that I'm going to dip into for some products, Morphe 35U. So this is the other rainbow palette that they have, which is also absolutely gorgeous. Forgot to set my eye with setting powder, so I'm going to do that now. This color right here, and that is just going to be put all over the lid. I do this to prevent any tackiness, if there is any tackiness from the concealer that's left over. The next part that I'm going to do is do the outer pink part that you saw in my picture. I'll flash up a photo right now, probably right over here. And so to do that, we are going to dip into the 35U at this point and use these two bubblegum pinks right here. So we are just going to mix those. And as we work the color in, I'm eventually going to, or I had to last time, brighten it up with this color from the 35B palette. Two pinks from the 35U and one pink from the 35B palette. Just blending like crazy. I'm taking my kids to an indoor playground after filming this video. I'm just gonna go show up like this. Yeah. And I'm gonna flare it out a little bit because I am going to be joining this pink inevitably on the under eye. Now I've dipped into that really hot pink, by the way. So now that I've built up the base of the pink, I'm now going in a little bit with that really vibrant pink from the 35B. And this person doesn't have tutorials up yet on her channel, but she posts these gorgeous looks, of course, on Instagram, which is great. So I'm really excited to follow some tutorials from her later. Okay, now that we have the pink done, we are going to go in again with a brush I haven't yet cleaned. So that, of course, was my big fluffy M441 from Morphe. This is my 433, so my taper blending brush. Now we are going to go in with some blues. I had a hard time making the blues look as vibrant as she had them on her photo, so I was trying to build it up big time. What I'm going to do is essentially just take it by ear and start with this blue and build it up as much as I can. As I move on, I'll likely use a bit of this darker one and also actually mix in this to give it some vibrancy, because layering something like that bright turquoise over top of the blue can help really make the blue pop a bit more. We're going to dab, dab, dab. You can even start with a smaller brush if you really want to. I'm going to go in with, this is just an e.l.f. Brush that I have. I just want something that's not as fluffy so that I can really pack in the product. And then we will go in with the taper blending brush. I'm going to dip in to that turquoise color and really start building up that blue. So now that we've packed on a decent amount of product, I'm going to go in and blend it up. And with my taper blending, and again, just dipping into all of those colors, I didn't really situate myself with just using one. I just kind of kept going amongst, again, these 4 shades right here. Yes, if you need to really get into the crease, because what I'm noticing is there's some choppy lines with the blue transitioning to the pink. This little blending brush, which is the Morphe 507, I've realized can be really helpful for getting right into that area that is looking choppy. At one point last week when I did this look, I realized that I really wanted to deepen the outer V, that it was not a deep enough color for me. So I'm actually going to dip just a little bit into the black in here and mix it a little bit with this dark blue. Really focusing just on the outside. And with my blending brush, my taper blending brush. So now we are going back to the 35U palette. I'm going to go in with these 2 orange colors. I want to create a metallic type of finish and a real shine to those orange parts that are going right in the center of my eye. To use a flat brush that isn't a blending brush, it's just to dab the color on, and my wonderful Fix Plus. So this makes any shadow, especially a shimmer shadow, really come alive when you just spritz your brush. It helps if you turn it on or open it up. Wave it around a little bit, wave it in the air like you just don't. This color right here. When I first did the look, I think I realized that the other orange was too orange versus shimmery. So I really want this to be a shimmery application. You can drag the orange to be more of a gradient into blue. Just one of my kind of bullet crease brushes, which is the B18. This is what I usually use to like smoke out my lash line. I'm going to go in with that same orange, but loose. And I'm going to pat it on top of the stuff that we've applied that is really wet. The 35B palette, and use a bit of this. It's kind of an orangey gold actually. So I think what I'll do is go in with a dry brush. This is my E36, which is what I usually use to do my inner corner. I'm going to dab into there, and I'm actually going to go in as well with the orange color that is on my lid, but I'm going to mix the two because I really want my inner corner to be brighter than just the orange. Actually going to go and start on my lower lash line. I sometimes like to just leave the top, even though I'm not necessarily super set that we're done with the top part of the eye. I just like to move on to the bottom and see where we can go from there. So tight line, and I'm going to use this dark blue and this dark blue, and I'm going in with a Morphe 432. This is a lovely flat brush that is really chiseled so that you can go in really tight to your waterline. In actually with a little bit of purple. So that's what I realized that I added to the top. To make the blue a bit more purpley, I basically added purple. Surprise! So the purple that I'm going to go in with is the 35U palette, and I'm going to go in with this right here. So I'm going to drag that over top of the blue, just again to give the blue a bit of dimension. And we'll go in and add purple to the top lash line or top part of my eye afterwards. So, and this is my 507 brush, which is that brush that I used to really get into the crease and get rid of the harsh lines. Now that I've done that, I'm actually going to go back in. Now I'm going to dip in a little bit to these turquoise colors, primarily the shimmer one, not really the matte turquoise, because pretty much every color I'm using is a shimmer of some sort. And I'll go back in with my 433 blending brush, going into that purple, the purple shimmer from the 35U, just a little bit, and we're just going to add that on top. Start tying in now the pink on the upper part of the eye to connect downwards under the eye as well. 35U palette, these two right here, and I am going to go in with a new 433 brush, so the other one I had all the blue on it. Start by connecting that outer V. I'm going to go in and tight line today. I'm going to go in with the black from the 35B. Got that? With my 507. I'm going to go in on my upper lid and do a little bit of that as well. Voluminous Butterfly Intensa specifically. I did a review and a first impressions on another L'Oreal mascara and an e.l.f. mascara, which you may have seen. And I really liked them when I first tried them, and then of course I left this baby to the side as I kept using them. And then I came back to this mascara, I think on Saturday night, and I was like, this is still my favorite. This lovely Maybelline 655 Daringly Nude. I'm going to go in with my Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in Magic Wand. Alright everybody, this is the final look for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you guys feel inspired to play with color. It's really fun. You really can't go wrong with bold colors. Play, just be free with makeup and have fun. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please leave any comments down below and subscribe to my channel. Share these videos, spread the love of makeup. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. I hope you have a wonderful and colorful day. Thanks so much. Bye.